Hey guys, I just want to do a quick review of the RML-390, the 5/8 holes from Rogue. I've had this thing for about a month and a half. When I had done research for it, there was a lot of questions that I did not get, that I couldn't find answers to. They're just, random things that normal people probably, or more workout people would know, but I wouldn't. First thing I just wanted to bring up was there's the Monster Series and there's the 1-inch holes, which are slightly bigger. And I actually kind of thought that would be an issue for some reason, but this thing being 3x3, I don't really think you need it. It's not nearly, it's a lot more sturdier than I thought it would be. Like you see this here, like this, it's not moving, it's in place. You don't have to worry about it. I'm a big guy, and even when I'm doing pull-ups, it doesn't move or anything, because that was like the other issue for me was like, there's not anything holding it down, so it's just the weight. Now, if you don't have any plates or a barbell on it, it'll move if you really want it to. Like, it's not hard to kind of like come over here and like put your foot down here and you can like pull it up. But once you have these weights on here, this thing does not move at all. Now, I'm not benching, 300 pounds, so that might be different if that's you, but the 3x3 just makes it, I don't know, it's sturdy as hell, and you don't really have to worry about that. Another issue I was curious about, because I couldn't afford it, is this here, this like pipe. Now on the website, for some reason, I don't know if it was the picture, but I thought this would be like a foam, like kind of like a foam noodle, or I don't know, something, but this is metal. Like, this does not, sorry about your ears, but this is just metal, right? So it's on your barbell like it can be, but I haven't had any issues with it. I don't really drop my weights, but like as you can see here, like there's like a little damage maybe, but I haven't had any issues with it. Oh look, there's a little spider there. But overall, I really like it. The assembly for the thing took probably 20 minutes. I had my stepdad help me out here, but it's not hard to do. I just did one side first, this left side, and then I did this right side. And then all I had my stepdad do was like stand in the middle and hold them to keep them straight. And then I just put that middle bar, and the rest was super easy to do by myself. I think you could do it by yourself, but if you can get help, I would do it. I also bought these weight plates. I bought the longer ones. So on the website, there's like a shorter version, which I think is like half this size, but they're almost the exact same price. Personally, if you do want holders, I think you should just get the longer ones, because I was kind of on a budget, so I didn't want to spend too much money on like a weight stand. And that's what I thought, power rack, you might as well just put all your weights on it. So I just went with these. Now they're adjustable, so you can move them wherever you want. And the other reason why I got them was because the weights are on there, it'll keep it from wanting to move. It'll kind of keep it in place, because one thing you have to kind of check, and I'll go down here for you, is that you want to make sure it's kind of close to, like, aligned with it, so it's not, crooked up there on top. Just a quick, I'll go on to the next thing here, is this is the barbell. This is I believe it's the one that GarageGym reviews, is like their top pick. It doesn't have knurling on the top, and I'll put on the description what the name of it is, but I live in a humid climate, and I didn't want like I think it's steel, or I can't remember what metal it is, but this is a little bit better. I know it can still rust, but it seems like this will hold up a lot better. I didn't want to buy like 10 different barbells, like deadlift barbell or something like that, because I'm not to that point where it matters, but this is kind of an all-in-one where you can do, I think it says you can do like light CrossFit, like beginner level, and it'll still hold up well. I bought these right here. These were on Amazon. I'll put these in the description. They were like 12 bucks. They work really well. The only thing I don't like about them is on the inside. When I first did it, there was kind of like black residue from me putting it on and off, but that's kind of gone away. They're a little clunky, like you have to break them in at the start, but overall I don't see the reason why you should buy a $50 one from Rogue like they have. I don't lift enough weights for that to matter. This was here's the dimensions of it, but that's that. I just bought some cast iron plates from Dick's Sporting Goods because you can't find them anywhere else, and I didn't want to pay for the shipping from Rogue, and I didn't know what I could lift yet. So like right now I can only lift kind of like 25s with some 10s, but that's it. That's all I kind of need. So I just buy it as I go. I mean, if you could buy them all at once and you know what you need, I would just do that because it'd probably save on shipping in the long run. Another thing I wanted to go over is that like one of the reasons why I picked Rogue is first the resale value, but another thing I liked about it was it came with two things that a lot of the other websites, like I think it's I can't remember the name of it, but there's another rack, like all the other racks, you have to buy this and you have to buy these separately. And right now, a lot of these are like sold out. Like you can't buy the J cups and you can't buy the safety bar. And the only safety bars that I saw online that you could really buy are the straps. And those things are like $200, and I'm fine with that for now. I mean, I'll get them probably in the future, but another thing too, so I don't forget, the last thing about this rack that I really like is if you see here, I've got to kind of go up on here, but I'm 6'2", so like this is me. I am like, if I'm any taller, I feel like it would be kind of a nuisance like to do pull-ups, because then you kind of have to start bending like I bend them kind of like this, so it's not near as bad, but I don't want to have to do that. So maybe if you get a little taller, I mean this is I think is 92 inches, maybe consider a taller one, but I don't think most ceilings can really accommodate that. My garage can, but you know, I'd like to have the option to put it inside if I ever move or have to do something else for different situations, you know, this or that. A little bit about the mats. The mats are just some stall mats. They're $42 at Tractor Supply. I bought this like Macy's flat bench. I don't really do much. I'll say this. I kind of wish I would have just bought like the $150. I think it's like the Flybird one. I think it's at Dick's Sporting Goods. It's like, you know, has the adjustable, but I didn't know I would need it or not because I haven't really worked out that much, but this is done fine. I'm a big guy, I'm 270. I've had no issues doing any like doing the, what is it called? Like the sit-ups where you put your arms here and then you kind of like go up and down. I didn't have any issues with that. The underside has a metal bar underneath it, so it does a great job. You know, it's not gonna, the only issue I had was kind of if you like sit on the edge, you could kind of hear like cracks in the wood from the plywood. I've got a 35-pound kettlebell, which for most guys is like a good starting weight. Personally for me, I can do it with two hands, but it's a little hard with just one. Another little area, this is kind of where I do body work. I want to get another mat eventually, but I'm holding off. I don't really want to spend the money right now, but I have this mat here. I think everyone should have some kind of just softer mat, because this stuff here, like you can get used to it, but it kind of messes. It's hard on your knees. I'm a taller guy and I'm a little bigger, so it kind of hurts my knees just a little bit. It's uncomfortable, so I'd rather just have the little extra cushion. My mom had a Peloton bike, so I just used that. It's not that thick. Got exercise roller. Personally, I think everyone should have one of these. I love them. It's just a great warm-up. If you don't really like stretching all that much, this could be a great way just to kind of just roll it out, take your time, listen to some music. Now this is a new edition. I posted this on Reddit. I got really lucky. These are like 10 years old. I'll put a link in the description, but I contacted like Power Blocks about it, and this had one owner, the guy I bought it from. So this thing goes up to, the, between the 85 and 95, I think it goes up to 9. It goes up to 90 because these here are 2.5, so that's 5 pounds, and that's 5 pounds. So 5 pounds and 5 pounds. So I think they're 85, and then you put those in, and then it becomes 90. I got these for $300. I think it was $350 with the stand and everything. Didn't have to go. I just had to drive like 20 minutes. It was not a big deal. This is probably my best purchase I've had. I wish I could have found like a used rack, honestly, just to save money, but it's not a big deal. I got all this for $350. I think this is a stellar deal. I've seen them cheaper, like 2 years ago. I've seen them on Reddit where like someone got it for like $50 or something crazy. But considering this like time when weights are just hella expensive, I think this was a great purchase. I plan on keeping these forever. Now, if you find some online, the newer ones, they all have a thin, like, they're coated, right? So they do a really good job of like not being as loud. Like if I go here, I'll just see if this might be too heavy for me. I don't know. Like if I really do it, they're loud, but they're not enough for me to say, oh man, there's 180 pounds worth of weight for $350 and you get a stand and all this with it. These are the new versions of these that are 90 pounds. If you were to buy them, they're about $1,000 or a little more than that with the stand, and then after shipping, I think it's like $1,100. So if you see something like this, pick it up, or at least tell someone on Reddit that you should buy them, or like just give a heads up to someone, because these are a good deal. Power blocks have been around forever, made in America. You'll have no issues with these things unless you buy. Like the only thing I would say to watch out for, like you can see my stickers kind of came off here, which is not, I don't give a shit about the stickers. I can just buy some and print them online or whatever. But people said they don't like these. Personally, I actually really like them, because if you take this off and you look on the back here, these are metal. Now these here are like some kind of rubber stuff. I don't really like it. I think it's kind of cheap. But on this back side, they're metal. Now they say you're not supposed to use it, but I mean, it's metal. I mean, it's unless you are a strong dude, I don't see how these are really gonna ever cause you any issues, because it makes it where you have 2 spots to put your hands. Overall, super happy about this. This is probably my favorite purchase so far. Finally, I was just gonna go over the weights real quick. Now I bought these, they're the fitness gear. Now, they're great. You go to Dick's Sporting Goods, it's the only place in my area that has them. Only thing to watch out for if you buy these, apparently the 45s are smaller than normal 45s, so you'll be in a deficit. So maybe when you get to 45 pounds, which I'm not at right now, when I get there, I think I'm just gonna buy some Rogue like bumper plates, just so I can do deadlifts on here and it'd be not as loud, and then I'll just add these to them. That's kind of my plan, just to save some money. Finally, I wanted to bring up this, or I wouldn't say finally, but I bought this mirror from Home Depot. I think it was $58 or $60. This thing right here, I think everyone should have. I worked out when I was younger, but I never got like really into it. I think everyone should have one of this just to be able to check your form, because you'd be surprised where like you're doing this, but you're not doing it right. But when you start watching it, you start, doing it the right way. Another thing I wanted to bring up, I got some bands here. These were on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. I'm a big guy, right? These things can stretch from the bottom all the way up to top at my weight, 270, and it's still, they work well. Like I haven't had an issue with them at all. So I recommend these. I think the rule of thumb is just make sure they're 100% latex and not synthetic. I think that was what Coop on Garage Review said, was just to make sure. I bought these too. This is kind of just a splurge. I don't think everybody needs these, but I have an issue where I like to bite down when I lift. These have helped a lot, just because I don't have to worry about my teeth getting messed up. So they're kind of expensive. So if you want to go to like Dick's and buy like a $20 one, these are $40, but I think they're worth it. Brian Shaw sponsors it. I'm a big fan of Brian, so That's another reason. Another thing here, this is a big deal for me that I want to bring up about this. Now you'll see on Rogue, they have this thing called a stabilizer for this power rack. And they, you know, this is 60 bucks right here, right? This is $60 that I've wasted. There was no reason for me to buy this. So like, when I originally bought it, I thought it goes like a long ways, right? Well, if you think about it, I can't put it down here because that's where my bench goes, right? And I can't put it like here because then that's where I'm squatting, and it's just kind of like in the way. Then it gets in the way of your mirror. So like the only thing I thought of that this honestly would be worth anything for is if you were to put this where the pull-up bar goes and then put it in the middle. So if you had like attachments you wanted to put for the uprights, you could do that. I think that's the only reason I think you should buy that. Do not buy this if you think it's because you want stability for this rack. Do not worry, this rack is solid as hell. I've covered that. This is the grill tape I used. There's a normal side, this is the longer version. I'd recommend the longer version just because I feel like it gives more surface area. Overall, I just think you should just get the bigger one if you can. Another thing here, I got this from, I think it was either Reddit or Garage Review Gyms, but if you want a landmine on Rogue, they've got like a $90 one, which personally, I don't know why landmines are so expensive, but if you just cut a hole in this thing like this, stick it to here, and just put it against the wall, you'll have no issues. That's a tip. That's $1 for a pack of 3. Oh, here's the brand. This is the jump rope I bought from Dick's. It's not really that great, to be honest with you. I think that's it. Feel free to ask any other questions about the rack that I might have missed, but I have no issues with this. I know its resale value is going to hold if I ever decide to change it out. I don't think it's too tall. I think it'll allow people to have it inside if they want. And you know, you read online where they say that you don't need a flat foot. Like honestly, you could just have the normal racks that say you're supposed to put them in the floor. I've seen people online where they'll just put a hole through the rubber and then maybe put like a piece of plywood and then just bolt the plywood in the, like don't put it in the ground, but just put it there like with the mat, and that'll work. But I don't think you need to go flat foot if you really don't want to. Like people have said online that flat foots are just, you don't really need them, but the reason why I like them is I just like the overall feel of it. Great product. I think that's my final thoughts. I give it a thumbs up. It's great value. This will last a while. You'll have no issues with attachments. Rogue comes out with attachments all the time for it. There's other companies that do the same style. That's my review, guys. If you got any other questions, just let me know. And this is probably my own video. I just did this for Reddit, but see y'all later.